This monologue occurs at the top of Act 3, Scene 1, immediately following the bloody brawl that claimed the lives of Mercutio, Romeo's friend and kin to the prince, and Tybalt, Juliet's cousin. And because Romeo was the one that killed Tybalt, he has been banished. We, of course, as the audience, know all this, but Juliet does not. This is essentially the part in West Side Story where Maria is singing I Feel Pretty with her gals after the Rumble, for all you musical theater fans out there. This monologue is equally as beautiful as it is heart-wrenching because we see Juliet incandescently happy, and we know that that's not going to last very long. It's also an incredibly mature monologue, especially considering Juliet's age. As we were reminded several times in the earlier scene with Juliet, Lady Capulet, and the nurse, Juliet is not yet 14. Just saying. Juliet basically discusses how even though she and Romeo are married, they haven't consummated their marriage yet. Oh, I have bought the mansion of love but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. Juliet does not shy away from her virginity and sexuality, and she makes it known to the audience that she's ready to take the next step. Come, civil knight, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match, played for by a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Hood my unmanned blood, bathing in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grow bold, think true love acted, simple modesty. Again, this is an incredibly mature monologue and an incredibly empowering one. Juliet is owning her body. She is owning her relationship. She is anxious, nervous, happy, and strong. And this monologue is a shifting point in her character, where she goes from young girl to powerful, strong woman. And in this moment, we watch her grow up. And from this moment on, she continues to be an incredible force. But really, Juliet was an incredible force to begin with. When she and Romeo have their famous balcony scene, Juliet is wonderfully in charge. First off, she calls Romeo out for being a creep and eavesdropping on her conversation. What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel? While she may be swept up in some romance, she also doesn't let Romeo get away for sneaking in. By whose direction foundst thou out this place? She also calls out Romeo for swearing on the moon like an idiot. Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable. She doesn't want a man that changes as constantly as the moon, and she lets Romeo know it. She also tells Romeo that they're moving a bit too fast. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say, it lightens. And finally, Juliet is the one that takes the reins and arranges their marriage. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. While Romeo does interject with his lovesick words that we know and love and are annoyed by, Juliet ultimately takes charge of their conversation, the relationship, and their future. Now, throughout the play, Romeo and Juliet constantly mention night and day, moon and sun, dark and light when they talk with each other. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Romeo famously quotes. When Juliet first steps out onto her balcony, their constant mentioning of night and day is incredibly symbolic of their relationship. They have to hide it from their families. They can only be together in the darkness of night. I would not for the world they saw thee here, Juliet says to Romeo from the balcony, to which he replies, I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. The night hides them. It protects them. Romeo's farewell to Juliet in Act 2, Scene 2, the balcony scene, echoes his farewell to her in Act 3, Scene 5. When leaving Juliet for the first time in the balcony scene, Juliet tells him, "'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. And yet no further than a wanton's bird that lets it hop a little from his hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silken thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty." And when Romeo starts leave in Act 3, Scene 5, which is the scene when after they finally consummate their marriage, Juliet says, "Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale, not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale." Romeo's response, "It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale." In both instances, their first moment alone together and their last moment alone together, Romeo must leave Juliet in the cloak of night because, as Juliet reminded us early on, if Romeo is caught by her family, he'll surely be hurt or killed. If they see thee, they will murder thee. And it's even worse the second time because he's supposed to be banished, so he really can't get caught. Romeo and Juliet's relationship can only survive in the night. In this monologue, Juliet urges the mythological figure Phaethon to bring about night so that it's safe for Romeo to join her. Now, according to mythology, the sun was put in a chariot, and every day the sun god Phoebus would drive the chariot along the sky. Thus, the sun would rise and set. Phaethon was the son of Phoebus, and he secretly took the chariot one day to drive it. However, because he was young and inexperienced and probably kind of dumb, he lost control of the horses and got killed. So, pretty standard for Greek mythology. Throughout this monologue, Juliet urges night to come. "Bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night. Come, civil night. Come, gentle night. Come, loving black-browed night. Give me my Romeo." She also calls Romeo day and night, almost echoing when Romeo first calls her the sun. They are each other's suns. They are each other's daylight, since they can't be together in actual daylight. When Romeo and Juliet have their final farewell in Act 3, Scene 5, Romeo's exclamation of "More light and light, more dark and dark our woes," pretty much sums it up. This monologue is the perfect storm of emotion. Your happiness, hope, and love for Juliet, heartbreak, and sadness for us, the audience. This is the moment where we must embrace the inevitable. Juliet is pleading for night to bring her and Romeo together. And that's how we know these two cannot have a happy ending. The only way they can be together is in night, in darkness. And that's exactly how the play ends for them.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus's lodging. Such a wagener as Phaeton would whip you to the west, and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, that runaway eyes may wink, and Romeo, leap into these arms, untalked of and unseen. Lovers can see to do their amorous rites by their own beauties. Or, if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil knight, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match, played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Hood my unmannied blood, baiting in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grow bold, think true love acted simple modesty. Come, night, come, Romeo, come thou day and night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of light, whiter than new snow upon a raven's back. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night, give me my Romeo, and when I die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed, so tedious is this day, as a night before some festival, to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence.